Alright, in the shop today we have a Graybar Model 770 console radio. It's in great condition. This came to me from a local museum. They said it was actually playing and then sparks flew out of the back of it and it died. So here is the back side of the radio. See, she runs those old globe tubes. Got a big old mess here. I believe that was the antenna. And of course, Graybar was actually owned by RCA. They've taped up this power cord. I believe this is where the Arky Sparkies were coming from. But the thing that kind of caught my eye, if you look behind one of these 45 tubes, there is one of their capacitor assemblies, and it's seeping all over the chassis, which is kind of concerning because, as you know, that old transformer oil was not really a safe thing to deal with. So what I'm going to do is pull that power supply module out, take a look at the filter caps, fix the AC cord, clean things the best I can. I may have to totally remove those square boxes that have the oil-filled caps. Unfortunately, that's going to kind of detract from its historical value, but I don't think I got much of a choice. So let's get that module out and up on the bench. I'm going to remove this back panel, get a little bit better view of that chassis. So it appears as though you just undo these two square head bolts. There's one over there too. And this whole thing will slide out, including the speaker. There is a terminal strip here. I had to take the shield off. And then there's just some screw terminals. I have to remove that harness that goes up to the upper RF deck. Never worked on anything like this. Should be interesting. Okay, I gotta get that chassis out. Okay, I've got the chassis loose. It is really heavy. And everything that I'm touching in here is just grubby. Yeah, the speaker comes out with it. She weighs a megaton. Alright, there it is. Got it up on the bench. You see there's a good 85-90 years of dust all over it. Take a look at the front of the speaker. It looks pretty good. Power cord and then the power switch was mounted up on the side of the radio. Okay, well, that's about it for top side. Let's take a look underneath. So if you take a look right there, it appears as though we have an ID tag. Yeah. This is amplifier unit. I was hoping to see a date. And here we are, bottom side. There is really not much going on down here. I'm kind of shocked. Here is that filter cap assembly that's leaking all over the place. I don't see any identification on it, so I don't know what the capacitance is. Here is the main power transformer. You see where the rectifier tube goes. So I'm going to have to get a schematic and determine what these caps are. I'll put on new line cord, get the caps in there, and I believe that I could bring up this power supply unit by itself. Alright, here's the game plan. I looked up the Graybar 770 and found out that it's actually a Radiola Model 82. I found some great details, schematics, and how to build this capacitor pack. So I've made a replacement on a turret board. It's going to mount here on these standoffs. I'm going to swing these wires over to this terminal board and get that wired up. I'm also going to add a fuse holder and a new line cord, and then we'll test. Alright, this is a schematic of the Radiola Model 82, which is the same as the Graybar 770. Luckily, they have the details of that capacitor pack, so I was able to remanufacture that on a turret board. Okay, here is our new cap assembly. So everything's wired on the turret board, and then I swung jumpers over to the terminal board for connection to the original wiring. So this is terminals 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's how they'll go on the terminal strip. Okay, the new capacitor assembly is wired in. Also added a new line cord and fuse holder. I did test the tubes. One of the 45s is completely dead, the other one about 50%. I didn't check this 80 because I see all kinds of stuff floating around inside. So I'm just going to put in some fresh tubes and we'll power it up on a variac. So I'm getting ready to power up the power supply amplifier section. I have a load resistor to simulate the upper RF deck. I'm bringing it up on a variac right now. Watching the voltage on the meter here. There's about 100 volts applied. Not hearing any funny noises. There's about 115 volts applied. I'm hearing a little bit of a hiss out of the speaker. So that means that those 45 tubes are working. No smoke. Looks like we're good to go. Alright, I put the power supply amplifier chassis back in the cabinet, and over on the bench I've got the RF deck. Let's take a look. So here she is, just as dusty as the bottom section was, but it all looks complete. Got a lot of dust on those old globe tubes. That appears to be an AM loop stick antenna. Luckily, the tuning is operating. It's stiff, but at least it moves. Let's look underneath. Here's the bottom side of the radio. That is the tuning shaft. Everything looks really dry. What would you expect for about a 1930 radio? Everything looks uninterrupted, which is a good sign. I don't see anything looks overheated. I believe these are more capacitor packs, so it looks like there's one there and there's one up there. I'll have to try to determine what those are. But first, I just want to clean it up, lube things, and see if this radio receives.
And plan a future. We're not sure when it began,
there she is.
But we can say it ends now. With e-Built by Clayton, gorgeous, attainable, energy-efficient homes that help you save up to 50% on annual energy bills.
Sounds okay. I'm looking at it on the scope.
With an e-Built home by Clayton. Learn more at ebuiltbyclayton.com.
Available at Roy's Home Center, M40, south of Gobles, and royshomecenter.com.
Kalamazoo's hidden gem is polished up and ready for its 60th season. Crestview Golf Club has
so I didn't have to do anything to the RF deck besides a little bit of clean and lube. Check the tubes.
Inside and out.
They're all
Looking to join a
fine.
league or planning a summer outing? Need a quick 9?
We're doing this on a budget because it is for the museum.
Just off 131 on D Avenue.
So I'm going to call this
349-1111.
mission complete.
That's 349-1111. Crestview Golf Club of Kalamazoo for the next
Free up that tuning cap.
Just dream about summer on the lake. Make it
Clean the
happen at
dial.
Cooper's Marine Spring Open House, March 13th through the 15th. It's your chance to explore all their boats, including the luxury and
Sounds
performance
okay.
of Bennington pontoons. The friendly and knowledgeable team at
old
Cooper's
vintage
Marine will
speaker is
answer
still
your questions,
working.
discuss available options, and help you find
Since
the right boat for
1930.
your lifestyle and budget. Cooper's Marine Open House, March 13th through the 15th. Visit cooperscarsmarine.com. Cooper's Marine, where your time on the water begins.
Plenty of sunshine today with highs reaching the upper 30s, but some big changes on the way. A system sweeps through tonight, bringing some light snow and a bit of a wintry mix. Accumulation expected to be low throughout the day on Friday, with most of us seeing an inch or less.
So this
On
is
Friday,
Vaughn.
reach the low
And this is
40s, but it
Tone.
will feel a lot cooler. A high wind watch is in effect thanks to winds from the west
switch
at 20
is
to 30
local
miles
distance.
per hour and gusts upwards
Just going to
of
leave it
60.
in distance.
Will be a bit quieter into Saturday. Tracking West Michigan's weather, I'm Storm Team 8 meteorologist
Good deal.
Sarah Flynn.
Okay, got the Graybar all reassembled, and it's playing.
Water was relaxing, capturing that stress-relieving effect that
I just have a piece of wire for an antenna, but it's doing the job. Everything's back in place. It is quite the job to disassemble this old beast. I did this on a budget for the museum, so mission accomplished on the Graybar Model 770.